Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Tanya, Lady T, and this is another edition of All Aboard. Let's get on this train. Yes, indeed. Good morning, everyone. It's been a while since I've done an All Aboard. I've just been extremely busy. Y'all know how it is. It's summertime. We just celebrated my granddaughter's 8th birthday, so of course it's like a little switch got flipped in her little brain where she thinks she's all that. But yeah, you know, grandma had to tag and put her back down. Yeah, y'all know what I'm saying, how it is with little girls. But anyway, we had a good time, and I tell you what, I had to recoup, because I'm telling you, it was about 12 children there, and so her party was at the skating rink. So, you know, no, I didn't get on no skates, y'all, because I had to roll a movie in my head where I saw myself having to call my boss and say, I won't be in for the next week because I done broke my arm or whatever. So, no, I said, you know, those days are over for right now. It's not a desire of mine. But anyway, nonetheless, we had a good time. But anyway, I just wanted to come on real quick again just to say hey to everybody. Hello to all my new subscribers, and hello to everyone just in general. I love you. I hope that God has been moving and opening up doors as He said He would for us on our behalf. Amen. I'm, you know, on my weight loss grind. I'm very serious about it. And I'm progressively moving forward. And I tell the Lord, thank you. I did want to get on real quick and talk about cyberstalking. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, you know, I did a video not too long ago about Facebook drama. And, you know, a lot of times people don't understand that just because you have a social media outlet, or as we do here on this platform, you know, there's nothing wrong with good dialogue, good, even constructive criticism and banter back and forth. You know, we live in a society where we live in a democracy. Excuse me. And we have the power to argue or debate one side against the other. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a political stance. There's nothing wrong with stating your opinion. But I think for everyone, and for anyone who has the ability to communicate, whether it be via telephone, texting, video, whatever, do know that if you do and say anything that's incriminating to someone, if you're threatening them to do some type of bodily harm to them in a blog or whatever, you are subject to the laws on the books as it relates to cyberstalking, harassment, all those things. Let me tell you something. Just something locally happened here where I reside. People are being sued, and they have gotten strong laws on the books concerning cyberstalking. So a lot of people are apprehensive, or, you know, that, you know, hear about this kind of stuff. They're very candid in what they're saying. You know, if you've got something going on with somebody and you and that person is going back and forth, bantering, that's fine. Sometimes that can be healthy, and sometimes it just depends on what the subject matter is about. But when you start talking about, oh, I'm a find you, and I'm a, you know, go and whoop your whoop, the whoop, and all that stuff, and, you know, when I see you, I'm gonna cut you, and all, you know, or you inviting people to come and meet you at this particular place or that particular place, you have to be careful, because you're opening yourself up to the laws. And because where there has not been laws that existed before, it's just like, you know, this identity theft. They have had to start putting strong laws and penalties in place, because people are just doing whatever and saying whatever they want to. They're slandering people. And a lot of people, they have businesses, they have ministries, they have a lot of things that if you put the incorrect information out there about somebody, you could cause them to lose their livelihood. Just as a default because somebody heard something negative that was untrue. So here it is, what does society have to do? We've had to go to our elected officials and lobby and protest and all this to get laws on the books to protect us. Look what has happened here lately over the past, 3 to 4 years. You've got young adults and young teenagers committing suicide because they're being bullied, whether it be on Facebook, MySpace, here on YouTube. If you have people in your family, young folk, and I'm talking about young people, because and also grown folks do it too. I mean, I even think about, look at how the celebrities, they're just at each other's neck. They're going for each other's jugulars. I mean, they really are coming for one another. And what they don't understand is, well, some of them do, in the celebrity world, but, us as regular folk, if you will, we need to take heed too and not be so quick to just key something because we're in the privacy of our own homes. They are putting your tail in jail now. But people think, well, I'm in the privacy of my own home. How can they track? Well, if you got an internet service, your IP address and all that stuff has been logged, has been recorded, has been listed. So if something pop off and go wrong, it's just a matter of the court subpoenaing your records so they can link anytime you make a comment that is, threatening, communicating a threat, a terrorist threat via email, texting, like I said, all these medias. And I think it's important that everyone go look up, it's right there online. It'll list the statute of that cyberstalking and all that type of electronic media type stuff. It will list what your state statute is on that and the violation, And like I said, I'm just coming on here because, like I said, here recently we've had somebody right here in my own community that has gone to jail for cyberstalking. And it's because they be popping off at the mouth, talking about what they're going to do. They've been stalking this individual, looking up their personal home records. You will go to jail for that. And, I don't know about y'all, but I have a problem with confined spaces. And, not that I'm not even that type of a person that would even do anything like that. But I'm just saying in general, when I'm mentoring young people, like I said, their brains have not been fully developed, but they know right from wrong. And a lot of times they don't know what to do with emotions when they're upset with one another. They just lash out and they think they know everything, but don't realize, wait a minute, there's a law there that says you can't do that. But because they don't deal with it on a day-to-day basis, or they don't have the foreknowledge to go and look this stuff up, they just feel like, oh, I'm in the privacy of my home. I can do what I want to do. Ask some of the men that got busted thinking they can, in the privacy of their own home, solicit teenagers to come meet them here and there. Yeah, you ask them. They thought they were fine. They thought they weren't going to get caught. So, like I said, one of us or some of us may have a family member that's just constantly abusing a beautiful thing. And like I said before, Facebook, YouTube, it's a wonderful platform. Absolutely wonderful. But we have got to respect it and know how to use it. Like I said, no one's talking about freedom of speech. No one's talking about you can't have a particular stance on something. Yeah, all that's wonderful. That's a beautiful thing. That's what makes us each different, and we can learn from one another. But when you start threatening people, and you start putting people's children and their families and their spouses and whoever dwells with them, if you start putting them in jeopardy by communicating threats, you've crossed the line. You know, you can say I'm ugly all you want to. You can say I'm fat. You can say my hair's nappy and look like a whatever. But when you say I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to kill up everybody in there, that's communicating the threat. And I don't care if you are sitting behind a computer or behind your cell phone. And like I said, you know, people think it's the little thing that they can get away with. And of course, most people can point out the obvious. Yeah, you can't walk around and say, you can't even say that in the regular. That's communicating the terrorist threat against someone. But I'm telling you, people get very comfortable in saying stuff when they are in the privacy of their own home and they don't put a face to what they're saying. And then next thing you know, they're being summoned by the court because of what they said. And nowadays, they got this app called, I think it's called Snap Screen or Snapshot or something like that. I haven't used it and haven't, but you know, again, when you mentor young children, you have to listen to what all this stuff that they're talking about. You got to start studying, having a foreknowledge of all these little bitty things that they are involved with technology-wise. I have young nephews and cousins that are 14, 15-year-old, and when they sitting around talking and carrying on about this and that and the things that they do, you have to really pay attention to all this stuff that's out there, so that you can intelligently tell them the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, the devil will do anything to ensnare our young children, or just snare us, period. If he can't get you one way, he'll get you another. So what I'm saying is, you have to be careful in doing stuff. You just really do. So anyway, like I said, I just felt like this is somewhat of a public service announcement. If this is something that you all don't already know, let me tell you, they got some strong laws on the books now. And like I said, you know, they got this new app called Screenshot. So if you posted something where you threatening somebody, all they got to do is take a shot of that screenshot and its record, and it can be presented in a court of law. Once they link that account to you and they subpoena that social media. That's why I come sometimes on YouTube. You know, you have to be careful what you say out here, because they'll censor your channel or shut your channel down, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to come on and talk about that. I'll be coming back on too, talking about different other things too. I got a whole lot of topics, but I gotta just when I get to rolling with it, I want to make sure I'm talking about it intelligently. But anyway, I just wanted to touch bases on that. Cyberstalking. If you got your family member, any family members that you know that's doing that, and you hear them carrying on back and forth with somebody, you might want to check and make sure they ain't saying anything threatening, because I'm telling you, they putting folks in jail. And they ain't talking about just for, 10 days. No, they putting your tail in jail for 9 months, a year, and you may get out with good behavior for 6 months. All because you done went out there in the privacy of your home thinking you're protected, sitting out here threatening folks and harassing them and looking up and trying to, finding out where they live, and then you gonna send some goons, or you yourself gonna ride over there and sit outside the house. You can't do that. You'll be going to jail. God Almighty. You gonna let your freedom be taken away because you don't know how to emotionally keep yourself in check? I talk to my young nephews and I say, sometimes, the Lord tells us to be silent and keep your composure. Learn how to be silent and keep your composure. I don't care if you got to run outside and scream to the top of your lungs in order, if it keeps you from doing something that you're going to regret later. Be silent and keep your composure. So anyway, that's a whole nother video right there too, y'all. Ooh. But anyway, I just love y'all, and I thank y'all again for your continued support, your feedback, your commentary. I thank you for sharing my channel, and God bless you, and may the peace be with you. Bye.